Hello, it's Charles Cherney, and today's video is all about Mid-Cambridge and 5 things I like about the neighborhood. So Mid-Cambridge is in the middle of Cambridge, and it's a wonderful neighborhood, and today I want to share with you 5 things that I like about it. Number 5 is Savinor's Market on Kirkland Street. The butcher shop and gourmet market dates back to 1939, and it's been made famous by Julia Child once having shopped here. She lived nearby in the neighborhood, and she became America's first celebrity chef and was a regular at Savinor's. She sourced all the meats for her PBS show, The French Chef, that ran for 11 seasons at Savinor's and really put Savinor's on the map. The market sadly burned down in 1992, and thereafter Savinor's opened on Beacon Hill at the foot of Charles Street. But Cantabrigians were excited by the return of Savinor's to its original storefront location on Kirkland Street in 2005, where it's still found today. So they have 2 locations now. And even in COVID times, Savinor's has been in business and supplying meat and market goods to locals in the neighborhood. So very grateful for Savinor's. My family are regulars at the market. Number 4 on my list is Joan LORENTZ Park. This wonderful green space is located directly in front of the main branch of the Cambridge Public Library on Broadway in the heart of mid-Cambridge. And it's an actively used green space, even in COVID times. Every day, many people enjoy this lovely green space. There are many trees from all over the world, including some redwoods from China. And it's just great to see a city green space so well used and enjoyed by city residents. Of course, in normal times, when the library is an active hub, it gets even more use, and it sits Joan LORENTZ Park next to the high school. So when the school is open and in regular use, it's busier still as a space enjoyed by the students. So, but even now it's getting a lot of use, and it's just such a great green space. It's very invigorating to go by Joan LORENTZ Park and see so many people enjoying it, and to enjoy it myself. 3rd on my list is ANTRIM Street. It's a great example of a wonderful mid-Cambridge street. And this street, Antrim, is famous for its annual summer block party, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, in the country. Brick sidewalks, many beautiful homes, many from the Victorian era that are very well maintained. And what makes this block, Antrim Street, so special to me is my mom lives mid-block and has since the year 2000. So for 20 plus years, I've had the good fortune of walking over to visit with her and spend time there together. Just such a great city street. And it's just storybook Cambridge, mid-Cambridge, with all the beautiful homes so well maintained and the neighborly vibe. It's just fantastic. My mom loves living there. I love visiting her there. Feel very fortunate to have a direct connection to Antrim Street in mid-Cambridge. Number 2 on my list is Harvard Yard. Harvard Yard actually sits in the corner of mid-Cambridge, close to Harvard Square, and it's the oldest part of the Harvard University campus. And it really is the historic center and the modern crossroads, if you will, of Harvard. It is a 22-acre green space, and it's surrounded by an iron fence with 27 gates. So it's a very special place. When you step into Harvard Yard from Massachusetts Avenue and pass through one of these gates into the yard, you just feel the weight of history, the sense of timelessness that defines the place. And it is, of course, in normal times, and even now, to some extent in COVID times, where the freshman class lives. I was fortunate enough to attend Harvard and to live in Harvard Yard my freshman year in Thayer. And so I know from direct experience how wonderful it is to experience Harvard as a freshman in Harvard Yard. But even now, as a resident of the city, just passing through, it's just such an incredibly special place with its pathways and tall trees and well-manicured lawns and beautiful brick buildings. Gosh, Harvard Yard is just a place apart, a very special place, and truly a very special part of Mid-Cambridge. And then number one on my list of 5 reasons I like Mid-Cambridge is Harvard Street. Now, Harvard Street starts at Quincy Street at the edge of Harvard Square, if you will, and then moves into Mid-Cambridge out to Prospect Street. And on Harvard Street is a real mix of building types and architectural styles. There are some Harvard freshman dorms closer to Harvard Yard on Harvard Street, and some larger single families, some multifamilies, condominium complexes, including some larger buildings. So it's a real mix of architecture and styles. And as a real estate agent over the 20 plus years I've been involved in the market, I've been involved in a number of transactions on Harvard Street. So I know it from my professional experience, but I also just know it from walking in and out of Harvard Yard and Harvard Square via Harvard Street. It's a great main thoroughfare in Mid-Cambridge, along with Broadway and Cambridge Street. And in COVID times, Harvard Street is one of the streets that's been made pedestrian friendly and where they discouraged auto traffic. So walking Harvard Street now is even more pleasant, as it's just generally speaking a very quiet thoroughfare for walking to and from the square. So, hey, those are 5 reasons I love Mid-Cambridge. I'm in Mid-Cambridge every day. You can learn more about Mid-Cambridge by visiting discovermidcambridge.com, where I have more information on the neighborhood, on real estate that is for sale in Mid-Cambridge, as well as links to additional resources that define Mid-Cambridge as a neighborhood. I hope you'll visit with me on my channel here and check out my other videos about the city of Cambridge, and reach out at any time. Take care.